Alright, here we are in front of Chloe Fickle's wall hanging, which is untitled, made in 2018 with fiber and cloth with pigment. It's a wall hanging, so it hangs, instead of being framed, it hangs from a pole on the wall. And you can see it has very organic shapes and forms, and it really moves with the eye as you look at it. And it's formed in registers, so you can see the top two registers, and then the middle, and then the fringe on the bottom creates a visual interest.
Yes, and people have been designing and creating textiles like these for centuries. One example of this would be the Al Tokapu tunic from the Inca civilization, and that was back in the 1450s and 1540s. So this work was also made out of a similar material, camelid fiber and cotton, and the middle of Fickle's work actually looks very similar to other Andean textiles.
So this cloth would have been woven by a woman, and Chloe Fickle is a woman herself. And also this cloth, the Inca people would have had to dye materials and prepare the design before making it. And I'm assuming Chloe took the same care with her design, making sure that it was planned out exactly as she wanted.
Yes, and especially these textiles in Polynesia, textiles were an integral part of society and ceremony, and this can be seen in the presentation of Fiji mats and tapa cloths to Queen Elizabeth II when she did her royal tour of the Pacific Islands in the 1950s, 1953 to be exact. And this was a really important part of her tour because it showed the Fiji, indigenous people of Fiji and their importance of textiles in their culture.
Yeah, it's almost a spiritual connection. So these works are also similar to modern works in that it elevates the art of craft to the status of fine art, which was the goal of both Faith Ringgold and El Anatsui in their works Dancing at the Louvre and Old Man's Cloth, respectively. So Chloe Fickle's wall hanging takes an unfamiliar medium, so fiber and textiles that's typically for household use, things like blankets and carpets and wall hangings, and elevates to its status of fine art. So it's still a work that's meant to be viewed as fine art, even though it's not made of traditional materials like oil painting, fresco, or mosaic.
Yes, and like you said before, Fickle's work is similar to Old Man's Cloth in that it has a very sensual and undulating texture.
Yes, both of these works appear to change as the viewer ambulates around the work and views it from different angles.